This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform to help you stand out online, but more on that later. It is officially the end of Watches and Wonders 2024. We have seen all the novelties. We've had some time to take them in, so I thought let's do a roundup of the best and worst of the year, my favorites and least favorites. Before we get into it, I just want to say this has been a fantastic year for novelties. I know there is one specific brand that is having kind of a filler year and released nothing interesting. But honestly, almost every other brand gave us new exciting watches. I would actually say this has been one of the best years of novelties. I actually feel like because Rolex was so lackluster, it gave us the opportunity and space to take our eyes off of them and fully appreciate what other brands are doing. So let's talk about the winners and losers of Watches and Wonders 2024. Starting off with one of the brands that stole the show this year, Tudor. Actually, Tudor has been stealing the show for me the last few years. So they released 4 new models, all of which filled something that was missing in the catalog. The most exciting Tudor release is definitely the Black Bay 58 GMT, an entirely new watch and a model the enthusiast community has been asking for a while now, a more wearable GMT with a Coke bezel. So this has those specifications so many of us have been after, with a case diameter of 39mm, 12.8mm thick, and a brand new COSC certified and METAS approved movement and 200 meters of water resistance. This is the GMT of my dreams. I need to see one of these in person before I fully make my mind up. But as it stands right now, this is huge. Next, the Black Bay 41, completely monochrome. This is kind of scratching that boring watch itch that is less exciting to the enthusiast community, but I can see this being very commercially successful. All those Black Bay specifications that we love, METAS approved, but now just in a more bog standard colorway. Tudor have also released a full yellow gold Black Bay 58 on the bracelet with no faux rivets. I think this is a banger. Once again, I need to see this one in the metal before I fully make my mind up, and I'm really curious to see how heavy it is. Moving on to Grand Seiko. If you watch my channel, you know Grand Seiko isn't in my wheelhouse as much, but this year they released 2 models that really stood out to me. The SLGW004 Evolution 9 and the Kodo Constant Force Tourbillon. Let's start with the Evolution 9 in titanium, as this one is much more achievable for most watch enthusiasts. This is a new dress watch with a horizontal silver birch motif on the dial. Great looking watch, great proportions with a 38.6mm case diameter, 45mm lug to lug, 10mm thickness, all in brilliant hard titanium. But the real exciting part is the movement, and Grand Seiko bringing back manual winding, high beat movements. So this is fitted with the caliber 9SA4. Look at this, gorgeous looking movement, manual wind, and I always think a dress watch should be manual wind or micro rotor movement. It's beautiful, they nailed this, come on. And their second watch that I want to talk about, the Kodo Constant Force Tourbillon SLGT005, absolutely insane. So the Kodo was first released back in 2022, and it was the first of its kind. So it combined a tourbillon and a constant force mechanism as one unit on a single axis. Yeah. Sometimes we say these words and we just, throw it out there. But this is incredible watchmaking. The design itself is so Grand Seiko with the Zaratsu polishing and hairline finishing. It's almost kind of aggressive in design language for the brand. Yeah, insane watch, and I feel like 2024 is going to be a big year for Grand Seiko. Okay, Vacheron Constantin had some of my favorite releases of the year, with a dreamy purple Ajurie, the new Traditional Tourbillon chronograph, and the Berkeley Grand Complication, the new most complicated watch in the world. I hate to be the person who whittles VC down to the overseas, but that green dial overseas, it's doing it for me. The olive green dial with the rose gold, it's just the perfect combination. As I said in a previous video though, my only big disappointment is with the size that would actually fit me, the 35mm, having a diamond bezel. I just hate diamonds on sports watches, and I wish the option was there to have no diamonds. Second last brand for the winners for me, Jaeger-LeCoultre. Every once in a while, JLC gives us a break from the reverso, and this is one of those years focusing on the duometer. I'm sorry for my pronunciation. French people, I hate me too. I'm sorry. Duometre? I'm not doing it. It won't flow. Although these are watches most enthusiasts can't afford, I feel like this is the most JLC watch they could have released. JLC's brand heritage has always been rooted in accuracy, precision, and fine watchmaking. The big thing with the duometer is the two independent gear trains in a single mechanism working in harmony for next level precision. And it doesn't hurt that it looks badass. Before we talk about the final winner, I need you guys to look me in the eyes. Do it. Look me in the eyes. I'm trying to start a watch publication or a watch blog with my husband so I can become a better writer as well. And I need you guys to keep me accountable to actually make this thing. And to do this, I've been using today's fabulous video sponsor, Squarespace. I'm not sure if you've ever tried to make a website. It's really hard. I don't know how to do it, but thankfully Squarespace does. You can choose from professionally curated layouts and style options that fit you and your unique brand. For example, here's a little taster of what we've been working on. If you're someone like me who has no vision for this kind of stuff, Squarespace makes it so easy for you. They've got this thing called Fluid Engine, which allows you to choose your website starting point and drag and drop into the gray grid to make it your own. If you are selling stuff on your website, Squarespace makes it easy for your customers to purchase, accepting credit cards, PayPal, and Apple Pay. And they're even offering buy now, pay later with Afterpay in eligible countries. It's just those little things that you don't think about, but they do, and they make it easy. Go click that link in my description, squarespace.com/BritPierce for a free trial. If you follow that link in my description, they'll know that I sent you, and you'll save 10% off your first purchase of a website domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, you fabulous legends. This is a Brit Pierce video, so we all knew Cartier was going to come up at a certain point. Cartier had some of the weirdest releases of the year, like the Reflection de Cartier, which is an open work bracelet kinda marrying the two things Cartier is known for, jewelry and watchmaking. And the other weirdo of Cartier is the counterclockwise Santos de Cartier. Now I weirdly like this one. I know it won't be for everyone, but I like watches that make us reevaluate timekeeping and even kind of make us take a pause. It makes us take that little bit longer to look at the time. I normally highly value legibility as a point of practicality, but this has almost felt like a concept piece that has made me rethink time. I feel like I'm taking this too far. I'm going too deep into this one. But I can't say any other watch has ever made me feel this way. But the real winner, the real big news from Cartier, is the Tortue and the return of the Tortue Mono Pusher. If there was one watch Cartier lovers wanted to see again, it was the Tortue Mono Pusher chronograph. So I couldn't be happier. Okay, I feel like Rolex are living in this weird purgatory. I'm not sure if I would class them as a loser for the year, and I wouldn't class them as a winner. Like, on the one hand, I don't think anyone is racing off to the authorized dealer to get their name down for the yellow gold deep sea. But on the other hand, Rolex is always the winner of Watches and Wonders. They always have us talking about them. They always have a buzz, even if the buzz is, they were so meh. And this is a dig at watch YouTubers like myself. This year really did feel like a filler year for them, especially after a few years of really exciting and unexpected releases like the left-hand GMT, Oyster Perpetual Celebration, the colorful OPs of 2020. So I kind of do feel like Rolex was due for a palette cleanser. This year it was a lot of precious metal. From the Deep Sea to the new day dates, the Platinum 1908, lots of precious metal. I still can't decide if I love or hate what they've done to the Daytona. It almost looks like a fake Daytona. But yeah, I really feel like this was a bit of a dead year for them. But at events like this, Rolex are never truly the losers. Even when they do nothing, almost nothing, we're still talking about them. While the Patek novelties for this year were a bit meh, A bit like Rolex, nothing to get you too revved up about. But there have been two major shifts to the Patek Philippe seal. One of them is awesome, and one of them is kind of weird. I'll let you guess which one is which. So number 1, all watches with a Spiral Max balance spring must comply with a tolerance range of -1 + 2 seconds per day. So very strict tolerance expectations. And number 2, they have introduced a new unified standard of water resistance of 30 meters. So all models are now listed at 30 meters and have a diving depth of 30 meters. I do see what they're trying to do here. So the watch enthusiast community started flaming for them for this, but I really do see what they're trying to do here. A majority of Patek's catalog is dressier pieces, and to have a depth rating of 30 meters is huge. So they're saying, don't worry about showering in your Patek. Don't worry about washing your hands. You can now go diving up to 30 meters in your Grand Complication perpetual calendar. This is fantastic assurance. This is uncommonly good assurance. And really, who among us needs more than 30 meters of diving? I know we all like to pretend anything under 100 meters couldn't keep up with our robust lifestyle. But it could. But where it's weird for me now is their sports watches, like the Aquanaut, which was 120 meters of water resistance, and it's now listed at 30. This watch is on a rubber strap. It is literally called the Aquanaut, and it now has the same water resistance as a 5180. So weird. I see what they were trying to do, but maybe what they could have done is our products are now guaranteed to at least 30 meters. But then there's some watches with a higher water resistance than that, if that makes sense. I don't know. Odd decision, but it's great for, I think, 99% of their catalog. Just that 1% is getting to me. Okay, final brand, and it brings me no joy to say this, but Bremont are going down a weird path, and I'm kind of concerned for them. I've been keeping a closer eye on them since they appointed a new CEO back in 2023, and seeing the English brothers stepping back or stepping into a different role for the brand. I'm not in Bremont's target audience. Their watches are too big for me. They've never really suited my style. But even longtime lovers and enthusiasts of them seem to be struggling with this new vision and this new direction. They seem to be aiming for a lower price point, different design language, and it just doesn't feel like Bremont anymore. My greatest hope is that they listen to their customer base. They say, this was an experiment that didn't really go our way, but we were trying new things, and maybe return to the previous vision. I really, really hate saying this. It really brings me no joy, and I want to see them succeed, especially as a British watchmaking company. I've lived in the UK almost 10 years now. The UK's been great to me. I love British watchmaking, but I'm a bit concerned about this move. I don't know if they're going to stick to their guns and keep going down this path, or if they will listen to their customer base and come back and maybe say, yeah, this was an experiment. You got to do it from time to time. Anyways, guys, this is my final Watches and Wonders video for the year. By this point, I think everyone's a bit burnt out on Watches and Wonders, but it's still such an exciting time of the year, an exciting time in the calendar, so many great releases. I'd love to know your thoughts. Was there a certain watch brand, watch company, watch release that stuck out to you as a winner or a loser? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you once again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to go check out that link. And now let's thank the gorgeous, fabulous, amazing, wonderful Pope tier patrons. Ooh, 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 it's the end of Watches and Wonders. Ooh, ooh, I might have milked it a bit too far. But I love Watches and Wonders. But you know what I love more than Watches and Wonders? The Pope tier patrons. All the names on the screen, all the names are so amazing. Every patron is honestly amazing though.